I'm going to go ahead and document this because it happened. I've been meditating for 5 years. And it's been like 3-4 months since I last meditated. So I already had a whole lot of the world in my head. You get what I'm saying? But I meditated. I went there. I rode the ladder. I went to bliss. I went to nothing. I went to one. That's supposed to be, what's the word? Because all things don't even have words to describe. We just make up words to put it in the atmosphere, in the vicinity. Bliss, all right, I just say bliss. Once you're there, it's bliss. It's what's the word? Blissfulness. It's blissfulness. I got there and tears triggered. Now, anybody who get messages from, messages, whether it's through dreams or whatever, however you communicate otherworldly, at that point now you have to start interpreting. And all I seen, the only vision I seen was like the figment of a little boy with his feet over the ledge on the top of like a mountaintop. And my name Cliff. He was on the top of a cliff. And the image and tears. Now it's a lot going on in my family, and before I tell you my interpretation, maybe that's my grandma's eyes. Maybe my grandma used me. Now before I go there, I'm gonna go deeper. Because it's 2 untold stories of my meditation. I'm gonna tell y'all, and I'm gonna put it out there. All right. After my grandma passing, I was hurt. Of course, I was hurt. So we know, well, everybody don't know, but I'm gonna tell you something. When loved ones pass away, it's hard to truly reach them from a low vibrational place. You have to reach the highest flying dish you can possibly reach. In this vessel that we're operating out of right now, you have to go to the highest of the highest, and maybe you can communicate. But long story short, in my low vibrational state, my hurt state, grandma was in a dream. But it wasn't my grandma. It was her. But within me, I was like, that ain't you. An old lady looked like, like she might have just passed. Nah, that ain't you. So I grabbed her. She turned to me. And like some kind of way, I grabbed her head, and like just cold air, just cold air went into me. I woke up, mouth open, dry, like shit. So I had to interpret it. So my interpretation was, don't look for that spirit in that body. I know my grandma got swag. She like, baby, I ain't got that old body, and I ain't got that young body. You ought to see this body I got now. And you got the juice. Because I'm going to keep it street. I journeyed off into some journeys that mostly, you got to kind of be insane to even try, to even think you can do, to even still be walking and talking and not beat up, battered, and bruised mentally, to still even be able to stand on your 2 feet. I went on them kind of journeys where you can't come back. You can't come back till you finish. You can't come back. You've been gone too long. You've been gone too long. Too many cuts. Too many people watch. I'm on that kind of mission. So, bam, bro. I've been disconnected with people, bro. I've been out of touch. You get what I'm saying? I've been protecting my energy and all that. But long story short, it's people who was talking to my grandma every day. You get what I'm saying? It's people who was seeing my grandma every day. And I'm like one of the only grandchildren. Excuse me. I'm like one of the only grandchildren who graduation she went to. You know what I'm talking about? That ain't no shots or nothing, you know what I'm saying? But she always seen something in a little clip. She seen something in a little clip. You know, all us special. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of us over the other, but she seen something in a little clip. She had a picture. Whoop the whoop. But at the end of the day, none of that matter. Because at the end of the day, what matter is who was there in the end. You know what I'm saying? So y'all kept it straight. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, most of y'all at peace. But you see me, I got questions. I still got questions. You get what I'm saying? You see me, it's not finished, bro. It's not finished. So I owe her more, I guess you could say. I feel that way. I'm at peace because I have to be at peace. I have to find a better feeling emotion. I have to. That's just what I have to do. But from a positive perspective, I feel I owe her something. And she might have left with me on her mind. Not necessarily, but we ain't closed the deal. I ain't kiss on her cheek one more time. Them 3 kisses after she was gone, bro, I could do it 1,000 times more just to go back and give her that one. You get what I'm saying? And then them 1,000 won't compare to just giving her that one, bro, on that forehead. But long story short, it ain't over. See, I told y'all you can't reach loved ones in a low vibrational state. You gotta pick your vibration up to even be able to communicate on that no resistance energy. See, cause death is no resistance. That's when it's no more resistance. You flowing downstream. See, we here to flow downstream. We here to flow downstream. The path of least resistance is the path of your purpose. You get what I'm saying? But this not that type of mission. This not that type of message. So at the end of the day, maybe a year later, I found a higher flying disc. And I just meditated, bro. I was meditating. I just said, Grandma, before meditation. And you know, meditation is when you clear, like, no thought, like no, wherever you see ain't of you of this world. You get what I'm saying? It ain't of you of this world. It's like eternal data. It's like whatever comment we wrote in on, whatever in our DNA code from migrations to whatever, you become this. Whatever we are, whatever, you become that. So I went there. So once you're there, you know, of course you ain't thinking about when you said grandma, because you're not thinking of nothing worldly. You're not even thinking. If I think, I say nothing. So at the very least, all I'm thinking of is the word nothing. That's silence in your thought. But and if you could just stop saying nothing, bam, your thoughts are silence. You know what I'm saying? That's just my beginning. That's how I came up. So, bro, when I tell you, out of nowhere, man, I felt like, picture a unicorn dropping in the sky with like how they have Zeus and them looking, you know, just, and every color aura, every bright color aura, like, bro, it came through. And I know I felt the presence. I knew the spirit. I knew the energy. That was, I needed to see no more. Like, I know what's real as far as what I felt and what I feel. What you felt and what you feel, I know what that was. And that was my last interaction. I need no more. Just to see, cause that spirit right there, it used, you know, vibrational interpretation. With vibrational interpretation, what signals me won't signal you, because what signal me had to come on a frequency that I can translate. So it's gonna come to what I can translate. What come to you is what come to how you translate. It will come to where you can translate it. It's like everything that you could, every possible thing, every possible piece of data that you logged, that was logged in my brain for something majestical. I ain't trying to hit me, but I ain't done. Then I ain't Betty passed. And see, I talked to my Aunt Betty. I remember last time I talked to my Aunt Betty, I knew what type of conversation that was. I knew my Aunt Betty told me she loved me in a different type of way. It's just, it was different. It was like, know that I love you. You know what I'm saying? I rock with you is to the end. Like, you know, deuce out without saying it. So I was kind of at peace. I ain't want to see her in no kind of degrading state, because the last time I seen her, she was up. She wasn't in the best state because she had just came out the hospital or whatever. But I like that conversation, and it would have hurted me if I couldn't have at least that type of conversation with her, as far as her functionality or whatever, or how she feeling. But long story short, I ain't like the last news, so I just sent her a text. I still don't even know if she got it. But I was like, meditate, Auntie Betty, and tell me how it feel. I don't know if she got it. I don't know if she's seen it. But I put that into the universe. So at my Auntie Betty funeral, they had a lady, you know, you got to be respectful in church, you know, and everybody who's seen, you got to be like they saying good. That's the rule. Like, nigga, go on, baby. Like, however. But, you know, the lady was fighting with the notes, so I kind of had to blank out. Well, before that, like I told y'all, I had told T to meditate and tell me how it feels. So something came across me and was like, meditate, nephew. That's how T told you. I just heard, I felt something say, meditate, nephew. So in my head, I like, man, meditating at the funeral. But I don't like low vibrating states anymore. If I feel it, I gotta try to step up one step to up the ladder. So when the singing happened, I was like, all right, this your chance to get away. And bro, let me I wish I could hold my hands. Let me see if I can rig this phone. But bro, I was sitting with my hands like this, and then I look up. I'm sitting smack dead in the middle of a vase with straight ahead with the vase. The shape of the vase is showing the shape of the way my hands are held, and I'm smack dead in the middle. And you know me, I'm like, that's a sign. I just it's like I can't tell y'all how sensitive you become when you just silence the noise of the world and you just become one with you or your purpose. You become one with you, and then that is your purpose. Everything happens according to that oneness. So bam, with the singing, I was like, all right, cool, I'm about to meditate. And if you know meditation, it ain't just, all meditation is silencing your mind. It might take 15 minutes to get there. It might take 1 minute to get there. You might get there, stay there for 15 minutes. You might get there and stay there for a second. But when you get there, you know you got there. So look, man, I meditated. And you know, I ain't religious. So what people believe, like, cause I no resistance, no resistance. You know, cause people be practicing religious practices and then be living in resistance, sad, mad, all the low vibrating states. They not finding a higher vibrating state. So at the end of the day, I don't care what your beliefs are. If you living on low vibrating states, if every time I see you on a low vibrating state, I don't care what your religion is. So I'm gonna get to that, you know. So at the end of the day, religion don't matter. But let me tell you something. I'm learning more about the law of attraction. The law of attraction is creating realities in the now. Once you say it, it exists. Once you say it, it exists. Period. Believe that. So, you know, we got this, well, the world has this perception of the afterlife. And I would say at least 70%, 65 to 70% believe of